Hello, marvelous community. It's me, Julian, your friendly community marketing manager. As I hinted in our previous Dev Diary, this one will be very artistic. And yes, that's correct. You are going to meet one of our 3D character artists. He created our first couple of characters that were the human male, female, and the orc male. So, without further ado, meet Bozhidar.
Hello fellow gamers, my name is Bozhidar and I'm a character artist here at Beastburst Entertainment working on the latest MMORPG, which is Scars of Honor. Today I'll be talking about characters, more specifically what inspires me when making them, the process behind that, what softwares I'm working with, and what difficulties I'm facing during the process. So stay tuned and yeah, hope you enjoy it. Okay, so first I'll start off with what inspires me, and there are actually a lot of online sources that I go through and just try to collect reference from there. So something like Instagram or even ArtStation. ArtStation is a really good source because there are a lot of talented artists there which have a bunch of really cool content that I really enjoy, specifically for characters. There are a lot of awesome designs. Pinterest as well is another online source that you can collect amazing reference and illustration. And for me personally, when I'm collecting reference, I try to if I like the design, if I like some of the features that they're on the illustration, I will try to take advantage of that and just not copy but steal from that. But the shape and the silhouette of the character is the most important thing, the most important part of the process, if you would say it like that. But yeah, that's basically it for inspiration. So the next step would be the design choices, and I'll go through every specific character that I made so far. So first I'll start with the human male. For that character specifically, I wanted him to be more ripped, like he's shorter, like one of the, I think he's like 180 in centimeters. But I wanted to make him more ripped because it's a fantasy game, and you want your character to be more ripped and to have this intimidating look, like he's about to go to a battlefield and all of his packs are shining on the moonlight or whatever. But yeah, in total, more sell that Viking type as well. With all of the tribal tattoos, I really enjoy tattoos, and I look forward to making more tattoos or runes on future characters, because I think it will be a good beneficial customization to our game, and to emphasize on that. For the female, we don't have much females to show right now, but we'll work on that in the in the upcoming future. But for that, I wanted to to bring her feminine side, but not too much like the Asian MMORPGs, which show big breasts, for example. And yeah, I know some people enjoy that a lot, but that's not the purpose of the character, and it's going to be really complicated for rigging, because you will need to add more bones to that. But yeah, they're going to have tattoos as well. For now, we only have the human female character, but it will have different tribes, let's say, which is also another cool thing, and they will have different features on their own. There isn't much to talk about for that character for now, because the concept is not that developed yet, because we need to go back to the drawing board and rework it a little bit. So yeah, but I'm really passionate about it, and it's a really complicated. It's more complicated to make female characters than males, because you want to make that elegant shape, but at the same time you want to make it, you don't want to make it too beefy, but you want to make it elegant and prestige, I would say. So for the orc, he went through some slight reworks. I'm not gonna tell too much about it because you'll see it in the next demo. But the one that you see on the site is not the final one. It's not polished there. But the concept of that was to make it unique on our own, because everybody is comparing to other different games. Like, how are you gonna make orcs? They're just so generic. They're just green with big tusks and everything. But for now, for our concept, I believe that we need to make him like organic, semi-metallic, which I really enjoy that concept. And there are a lot of customizations that work really well with that. But at the same time, for him, I wanted to make him like really strong and juicy, muscular, everything. And the metal parts are just an add-on, which I really enjoy, and it's one of my favorite parts of the customization, which you will see in the future. We will show it, but not too much, because we want to keep you on your toes. Let's say it like that. And for now, it's basically that we're trying to improve. Of course, we read all your comments and suggestions for the designs, and for if you enjoy the characters or not. So we want to please you guys, because you're the main reason why we're making this, and not just to make them so that they're there. So yeah, for now it's that, and let's see how it is in the future. It's looking bright for now. I think you'll like the designs, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so our next step would be the process, and my specific process behind making a character is first to gather a lot of reference, like I mentioned, from different online sources. And what software I prefer to use for just gathering all of this is called PureRef. It's free of use, and it's really beneficial for looking at your reference, looking at the different concepts that you've collected or that you have received, doesn't really matter, and just go from there. And it's really important to get a lot of reference, so anatomical, design, and just various things. And then just you from there, once you receive all that information, you can just start sculpting in ZBrush, which is the software that I use, and it's commonly used in the industry. And yeah, just basically start from a sphere or Z-spheres. You can just create a simple skeleton from there and just iterate. Make sure that your proportions are accurate and that your design is not sloppy or it's not goofy. But yeah, just go from there, start iterating, I suppose. And then once you're done with that, don't try to stick in one place. Like, don't emphasize too much on one part of the body unless you want it to be showcased. So it's always wise to just start from the head or just the packs and just move on, and then just spend the exact same amount of time on each part of the body, and just add details so it's basically like layering. And once you're done with that, you can export it or add a bunch of more details on it, veins or just wrinkles, etc. In our case, we don't use that because it's a stylized game. And once you're done with that, you can export it into another 3D software where you can model a low poly version of it. In my case, I use Blender because it's really beneficial, and it offers more than other softwares. But Maya or 3D Max it's okay as well. And once you create a low poly out of that, you need to make sure that you collect a reference for that as well, because you need to have the clear lines, the guidelines of the quads. and triangles, because it's going to be triangulated later on. And then just when you have a clear and crispy geometry, a low poly version, you can make a UV map out of that, which will be useful for texturing, and you have a better resolution of your model. And once you're done with that, you can export it into Substance Painter, which is a software that I'm using for texturing. And one feature that I really love about Substance Painter is that you can project from the sculpture that you created from ZBrush. You can export that model, import it into ZBrush, and then project it on your low poly version to get that crispy detail of every part of the mesh. And from there you just start texturing, I suppose. You can do it by hand, or just there are a lot of smart materials that are really beneficial. But once you're done with that, you take it back into Blender, and then you can start to rig it. Rigging is basically just adding a couple of bones so that your geometry would move, because if you don't have it, it will be just static, and it will be just like this, like a T-pose or A-pose. And from there, once you're done with adding the skeleton and you applied all of the weight painting, you can start animating it, or give it to an animator which specifies and specializes rather in that category, and just give it to him, make sure that the animations are crispy, and he can just import it into the game engine. In our case, it's Unity, and just it's all worth it in the end. Okay, and the last part would be the customizations, and I'll start with the humans right away, because one of the customizations that I really want to emphasize on are the tattoos of the rooms, because I don't think they're emphasized that much in other MMORPGs, and I really personally, for me, I would really like to have a lot of creative freedom and just start from there and iterate more. I'm a big fan of tattoos, actually. And for the orcs specifically, I wanted to make them more of semi-organic, semi-metalish, like not like a cyborg, not like that, but just have those metal add-ons on the body, which kind of like zombify them. Yeah, which I really think it's a really cool feature to have, and I really want to emphasize on that. And my personal favorite from the customizations would be the orc head visor, which covers the vision. Of course, you can see in the game, but still, I think it really looks cool, and it's an idea that I really want to expand on. And it's cool that I have the creative freedom behind that. And I suppose, yeah, that's it. So guys, send me pictures on the Discord server with your favorite customizations in the future for future tests and etc. And I really like to know what your favorite customization was and why. And also feedback, of course, guys. Give your feedback and on your honest opinion. Of course, it may be negative or positive, but we're doing it for you. We're not gonna be selfish about it, and yeah, just do what you gotta do, even if it's hateful. Well, we can take it. We're big men. But yeah, Puffy Muffins can take it away from here, and yeah, that's all from me. See ya.
Thank you for watching, guys. Can't wait to see if you liked it or loved it. Either way, we hope you enjoy our Dev Diaries as much as we enjoy making them for you. And as usual, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button so that you don't miss one of our next videos. See you next time. Bye!